I received a text message from my girlfriend's sister saying that she had already passed away. 8 years later, a ghost of my dead girlfriend sent me a friend request. In 8th grade, I met this girl, North. She was in my band class, and the two of us hit it off. I asked her out on a movie date, and from there, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. She was my first girlfriend and things were going alright. That was until her dad got a new job across the country in California. North moved away, but we decided to try out long-distance dating through our freshman year. We were not built for long-distance dating. I couldn't protect her from bullies, hug her when she was crying, or tell her it was going to be alright when she told me about her depression. We argued about God knows what but decided to keep the relationship going because her dad was trying to transfer back closer to our hometown. That was until she stopped texting me around Christmas, and her sister sent me a funeral program and asked me to go to California. North's sister told me that she took her own life because the bullying was getting too much and that I wasn't there for her when she needed me. It broke my heart that I couldn't go to California for the funeral, and for the past 8 years, I've mourned her loss. I spent the entirety of my high school career trying to rebuild myself from all the damage. I went to meetings with people who have lost family members and loved ones. I went to therapy for 4 years to try and help process the loss. I had to learn to become dependable because I didn't want it to happen again. And after working on myself for 4 years, I asked out one of my classmates, Lucy. We started dating at the tail end of our senior year and are about to celebrate our 4th anniversary in April. Last night, I got a notification from Facebook saying I had received a new friend request. I opened the app and found out that it was from the North. She looks older, but it's undeniable that there are pictures of her as an adult with her fiancé and her newborn daughter. I spent 8 years of my life believing that she was dead, but here she is with undeniable proof that she has been living a great life without me. My stomach is in knots, my heart is sinking to the ground, and my mind is racing, trying to figure out what happened and what I should do. Do I accept the friend request? Do I ignore it and try to move on? I feel completely lost and like my entire life has been a lie. I've spent the entire night looking at pictures of her and her family, floored that she would do this to me. Update 1. For now, I have decided to wait until Lucy gets home from work before I decide whether to accept the friend request. I want to know her thoughts, and I can always depend on her to keep me level-headed. But until then, I want to sort out my feelings. I remember the day that I found out about North's supposed death. A few days before Christmas, the snow just started to hit the ground. I remember walking to the edge of the neighborhood along Main Street. I sat on the sidewalk, watching the cars, thinking about how they wouldn't be able to stop if I walked onto the road. I was sitting there on the sidewalk contemplating for what felt like hours. It was there I decided I wanted to keep living. It was the most important choice of my life. But now, that choice feels hollow and meaningless. Every decision I've made since then has come from that choice I made 8 years ago, and now it feels empty and without promise. Update 2. I accepted the friend request. After Lucy and I talked about it, we agreed that the possibility of getting some closure would be worth it. So I accepted the friend request and sent out a text saying hello. About half an hour later, I received a notification that North responded. We started talking a bit about how our lives have been. It turns out that she and her fiancé were in town visiting family, and it started to make her think about all the hurt she had caused me and that she wouldn't feel comfortable moving on with her relationship without knowing if I was okay. She tried to apologize, saying that we were dumb kids and that it seemed easier to ghost me instead of breaking up with me. She told me all about how, in some messed up teenage way, she thought giving me an explanation for her ghosting me would make it easier to move on, so she and her sister concocted the whole story. I told her about the years of therapy, the years of loneliness, and how guilty I felt when I started dating again. I told her about how I used to think she was the one for me, even through the nights of arguing, and that she left me more hurt than if she just threw me away. And I told her that I'm thankful to her in some weird way. Her death changed me for the better, and I would not be the man I am today if it wasn't for her. I then texted, having said that, I will not accept your apology. It's a shallow attempt to free your guilty conscience before you get married. If you were sorry, you would have said something sooner, you would have apologized sooner, or you would not have done it at all. You took the coward's way out, and I do not forgive cowards. She said she understood but hoped that one day I could move past the hurt she caused me and find it in my heart to forgive her. I took screenshots of the whole conversation and sent it to her fiancé. I don't know if he knows the story between me and her, but now he can have enough of an idea that they can start that conversation. I hope they figure out how to move past it. After all, they look very happy together, and the mistakes of a teenager should not affect her current life. However, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a part of me hoping it would crash and burn. I know this is not the update some of you guys wanted. Some of you really wanted me to bully my way through the conversation or play mind games to fug with her. But that is not who I am or who I want to be. On the bright side, I can now truly move on from the relationship that cost me 8 years of my life and put the whole story of North behind me.